Hello, everyone. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another episode of the Back of the Pack podcast. I am your host, Kyle Walker. Thank you so much for tuning in. I warned you this was going to happen. I let you know it was on the way, and now it is finally here. Live in fear. But no, returning this year for the podcast, for the race, is Christina, race director for the Rexy Run 5K, 10K, coming up on August 15th in Lawrence, Kansas. So make sure that you are signed up for it. And now Christina is going to give us all the reasons why. Christina, welcome back to the podcast.
Hi, Kyle. Thanks for having me. It's always good to be here and catch up with you.
Well, we do love to talk everything Rexy Run, and as I've been telling everyone, this is a mandatory race. Like Rexy Run is not optional. You don't get a choice. If you are a runner and you are within the sound of my voice, you must come to Lawrence, Kansas to run this race. So this is a benefit of Baby J's Legacy of Hope, and our friend Erica is not able to join us just yet. She could pop in, but right now, Christina, breakdown for everyone. We have a lot of new listeners. Baby J's Legacy of Hope to the best of your abilities.
yeah. So, Baby J's Legacy of Hope is a 501c based here out of Lawrence, and we help uh, families that have a kid fighting cancer. So, we help with things that insurance doesn't cover. So, think gas, which is crazy right now,
Yeah.
groceries, utility bills, think anything like that, and we help with that. And
Mhm.
not only that, but especially Erica, we also are an emotional help. Baby J's Legacy of Hope was started in honor of Erica, of Jaden Souter, who passed away when she was 5 of Wilms tumor cancer.
Mhm.
And Erica and Jason are her parents, and they started the foundation Baby J's Legacy of Hope in honor of their daughter Jaden. So, I know we're in Lawrence, but not everybody is KU fans. But Baby J's has nothing to do with the University of Kansas. It
Right.
is because Jaden was always called Baby J. So
Right.
that is why that's the name where the foundation name came from. And we started a run 11 years ago,
Wow.
and this is the 11th year of the Rexy Run,
Love it.
and we've been growing and growing. A lot of thanks to Kyle for helping us grow. But we've been growing and growing. Last year was the biggest run, and this year we are ahead of last year's numbers.
Yes.
So, really excited about that. And if you were there last year, I did kind of have a little panic attack before because I got nervous about all the people, but I that will not happen this year. That will not happen this year. So I'm more prepared for it this year, I think. So that is the good news. So
I don't know. I kind of like the irony of a race director who is scared of the crowd. I find
yeah.
that to be quite awesome. But no, that means we did good. We did good last year on your 10th anniversary. We had people out, and yeah, if you were overwhelmed by the amount of people there, that's a good thing.
That is.
Probably not for you, but in the overall scheme of things, that is a very good thing that there were
It
that many people present.
Yeah, it definitely was a good thing. And you know, the one thing that did I was looking at something, sorry about that.
That's all right.
The one thing that did happen last year that with the 10K course and I with the amount of people we had, I was nervous about something, and that did kind of happen with some intersection of people leaving and 10Kers finishing the race.
Yeah.
I am super excited this year. We have a new course for the 10K.
Woohoo.
I think people are really going to like it. If you've done the 10K in the past, you know that you did the beginning of the 5K course and then you just ran along a wall and you headed east for about a mile and a half, and then you came back the opposite direction and ran along that wall.
Yep.
This year we are going to start by heading north, and you'll turn into a neighborhood right after the schools. You'll
Okay.
turn into a neighborhood and run on, in the street there. That's fine. And head over to Haskell Indians University. Run there, so there shouldn't be like any cars there, very few, if any. And then you'll come back through that same neighborhood. You will have to run by the park and see the finish line. But versus that being like mile 5, it's only about mile 3.5. And
Okay.
then you'll head over and do the Baker Wetlands part that was at the first part of last year's is now the last part of this year's. So you'll go
Okay.
do that Baker Wetlands part of the 5K loop, come back into the park, and finish in the park like normal. When I say the park, it's Broken Arrow Park for the new
Yes,
listeners. Sorry about that.
that's all right.
Um, and the 10Kers will not have like two loops inside Broken Arrow Park. You'll just head straight out, and then you'll have the one loop when you finish inside the
Okay,
park. So,
perfect.
yeah, I'm really excited about that 10K course. I think it'll be really good. You do have to run in streets a little bit, but it's a quiet neighborhood over there. I run over there a lot. It's always quiet. I run over there during lunchtime. So
Right.
it's very quiet over there. So
Okay.
pretty excited about it.
And so
5K.
the
Go
last
ahead.
5K of the race is basically the 5K course that
Hmm.
they're already all pretty much finishing up on, and we go out
Yeah.
and run that. I like that. I like that. I think that's going to actually work out really well.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think because you also then won't be crossing, 10Kers won't be crossing as people like you won't have people that are leaving the park from the 5K intercepting people that are like running the last mile and a half of the 10K.
Right, right.
So your super fast runners will probably catch up to some 5K runners, but
Sure.
I think everything will be spread out pretty well. That I don't think we'll have a lot. I mean, you'll see people, but I don't think you'll have a lot of like intersecting of people or like it won't be too crowded, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And we won't have the wall of doom that goes
Yes.
along the side of the highway and the other side of the path that we run on, which it's nice when you can get shade, but that shade wears off real quick, and then it's just radiating the heat of the sunlight down on you. I swear that is like the nastiest part of that race, and now we don't have to deal with that wall at all.
Yep, you don't have to deal with the wall. There's still not a lot of shade in the wetlands, but the wetlands is at least prettier than
Yeah.
one side being a wall. The neighborhoods to the north, which you'll start with, so as long as it's maybe a little bit cooler, that'll be nice. The neighborhood is more shaded. It
Hmm.
has more trees. Haskell's not very shaded. I will
Right.
say Haskell's not very shaded, but
Okay.
the neighborhood is shaded. So, hopefully we don't have that like it is today, 112 degrees or whatever it is.
Whoo,
But
right. It is spicy outside right now. My goodness.
yeah, the 10K will have three aid stations.
Okay.
One about mile 1.6, one about mile, I think 3.2 it is, and then the last one is about mile 4.5.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
where the first one, you like if you've done the 10K in the past, that first one, and the five, that's where the 5K aid station is.
Okay.
So three aid stations. So I think
Yeah.
hopefully everybody will be plenty hydrated.
I would
So,
hope so. And then everyone, you need to come hydrated. It is a race in the middle of August.
hmm
I think you can imagine what the weather might possibly be. Although there was one year where I actually ran with long sleeves on because we had like a abnormally cool morning.
hmm
I don't remember the exact circumstance on that, but I remember it was weird. But we haven't had that in quite a few years. It has been
no,
really hot out there.
yeah. And last year was the weekend before was really nice. I think that was there was a race the weekend before, and I was like, man, can you have waited? Sorry
Yeah,
to that race, but couldn't you
right.
have waited? I would have
They took
liked
all your
that for
good
my
weather.
race. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
I can confirm last year was really hot. That about the time I was in that last mile of the 10K, I was kind of like, all right, I'm kind of done with this right now.
mhm.
It's warm out there, but it was really nice to finish the race. Do you know or can you preview the food trucks that will be awaiting everyone at the finish line?
Yes, I can. So we will have three food trucks again. I
Hmm.
didn't write them down. The Pretzely truck. So if you want your
Okay.
pretzels, um, Sweet Talkin', which will have coffee and donuts, and Silly Squeezers lemonade, which will also I
Ah,
think have like hot dogs and chips. So I know that's kind of early for some of that stuff, but they're. I mean, you can get a pretzel, some lemonade, and some donuts for your snack, your treat out, your sweet treat afterwards.
hmm.
Perfect. So,
Hey, after running a 5 or 10K, I'd say everyone has earned whatever
hmm
they want from the food truck, whether it be a donut or a hot dog if you must. For me,
yeah,
it'll probably be a coffee and or a lemonade.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that stuff won't be free. You will have to purchase that,
Yes.
but
Yes.
they come with QR codes, so you don't have to have cash. They come prepared for that. And all three of those trucks are going to donate a certain percentage back to Griffin,
Okay.
who is our honorary Rexy. So these three great local food trucks don't even keep all the profits for themselves. They give it back to Griffin, who we will talk about here in just a minute.
Yeah.
They give it back to Griffin and his family, which to me is just amazing that they come and donate their time and then they're going to donate back to the cause.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and I better make sure I mention this too along the
Okay.
way of snacks. Now, this is a free snack. We will have our not ours, Aunt Netter's cinnamon rolls.
There it is. Yep. Yep. That was,
We
trust me, that was coming up. That question. Yeah.
yeah
It was on the
we
way.
if we ever don't have those, I might be in big trouble. But
Yeah.
no, we
People are going to
definitely
riot.
exactly we will definitely have the cinnamon rolls as well. So
Okay, so the cinnamon rolls, just so everyone knows, they're up at the shelter, kind of close to the
mhm,
playground, close to the start finish line. They're not down by the food truck. Trust me, you want to go to the shelter and you want to get the cinnamon roll. And
yes.
tell everyone else what else is under, tell everyone what else is under that shelter, because there's a lot of stuff going on in that one shelter area.
Yeah, so the shelter will also have you can pick up your awards. We'll have age group awards that are 3D printed by 3D Printed Fun, which is
Mhm.
actually ran by Jason Souter, Jaden's father.
Yep.
He does custom awards for the age group winners. We also have canvases that are decorated by different warriors and their families, as well as some angels' siblings.
Okay.
So like maybe their sibling has passed of cancer and they have still gave back by decorating these canvases. We do have everybody will get a participation medal.
Mhm.
They're like
They are
spinny.
finisher
Yeah.
medals, Christina.
Yes, I'm sorry. Finisher medals.
Finisher medals. We got to head off the trolls early. Yeah, we
Yes,
they're finisher medals.
finisher medals. The shelter also will have, yeah, the cinnamon rolls, water, all your normal after food, after race food stuff. Um, and
Quilt?
also information about Baby J's Legacy of Hope.
Hmm.
And thank you for the reminder.
For sure.
Every year, um, my mom and my aunt make a handmade quilt, and we raffle it off. Again, that will have a QR code you can scan, and this handmade quilt is just donated by my mom and aunt, and all the proceeds from the quilt go to Griffin and his family. Um, and a lot of times it ends up that the honorary Rexy gets the quilt because people want to just donate and go, yeah, I give the quilt to the kid. So
Right.
that's what happens a lot of time, but we do truly raffle it off and pull out a ticket. So that will also be under the shelter
Hmm.
and food, and I think that's it. We haven't put we've been doing this for 11 years, but I've been moving where things are. But I think that we've had it there 2 or 3 years, and I'm like, oh yeah, we'll figure out for sure what's under there, and it always works out. Um, with also in that area, we will have face painting
Yep.
and then a couple vendors that that come and just they're there to talk and that kind of stuff. And I think I remembered everybody. I hope so.
How about the cosplayers? Will they return this year?
Yes,
Okay.
they will. So we'll have Baby J and 501, which is the Legion that will have stormtroopers.
Hmm.
And I think we'll have the princesses as well. I think I
Okay.
need to make sure of that, but I think we will get them again as well.
Yeah,
So,
and the Star Wars cosplayers are spot on. Like their costumes are impressive. The princesses are as well, if you're more a princess person. But no,
mhm.
the Star Wars guys are always very impressive whenever I see them walking around. I know they're hot and I know they're uncomfortable,
Yes,
but
yes.
they look really good. And they are all always very open for pictures, pose with the kids. So this is definitely a family event. Bring everybody out to this thing.
Yes, we are very, very family friendly. We also have a Dino Dash for the kids, It's not a very long run or anything. It's more like 50, 100-yard dash. So,
Oh, all right, everyone. So, as I told you, we had someone like chiming in on the Zoom call as we were talking, and it is perfect timing because we're going to talk about this year's honorary Rexy. This is Colby Scanlon joining us, mother of the honorary Rexy, and there's no one better to tell us about him. So, Colby, welcome to the podcast, and please tell us all about your son.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Um, Griffin is just the most incredible kid. So last fall in November, he was diagnosed with B cell acute lymphoblastic lymphoma or leukemia, excuse me. Um, and of course, came as a big surprise to us. And at the time, he was 4 years old.
Okay,
And so we immediately, jumped into treatment at Children's Mercy. And um, the outlook for ALL is really, really good. So
good.
that's very positive. And he's responded really, really well to treatment. But he's just he's the best kid. He loves to be outside. He loves his siblings. He loves his siblings. He's the best big brother. He has a younger brother and a younger sister.
Okay,
His younger sister was a little over 4 weeks when he was diagnosed. And so that bond has been really special because she's been a real light in his life
sure.
while going through some hard things. But he loves sports and he loves pretty much anything dinosaurs, anything superheroes. Just
Okay,
a
so
typical boy.
something we like to find out because we have a lot of people who will come to Rexy Run and as directed, they will dress in a certain color or a certain character or a certain something. What is favorite color?
His favorite color is blue.
Blue. Everyone, we're wearing blue for Rexy Run. All right. Does he have
Yes.
a favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. All right. We need some Spider-Man stuff. We need some blue stuff. All right. Is there anything else we need to know to really make Rexy Run special? Because are you guys going to be able to join us out there for Rexy Run?
Yes, we
Yes.
intend to be there. Um, Griffin is and his brother are all about dinosaurs, so it really is so perfect. He loves dinosaurs and he loves dinosaurs to be accurately portrayed. So when when
Oh,
uh-oh.
cartoon dinosaurs have
ooh.
Uh-oh.
the wrong number of claws or whatever, he's always pointing it out. So he loves dinosaurs.
Okay. Wow. All right then. All right, everyone. So we've got a perfect segue here as everyone's coming in. Joining us is Erica Souter. She was mentioned before. Christina said horrible, I mean, wonderful things about her. So I'm trying to get her in trouble now. But Erica heads up Baby J's Legacy of Hope. And right now, we are currently helping Colby and Griffin. And so this is a great way. Erica, now that you've been able to hop on with us, tell everyone about Baby J's Legacy of Hope and kind of the families like the Scanlon family that you've been helping. Give us numbers, dazzle us, let us know how it's going over there with Baby J's.
Um, this year we have been very busy.
Mhm.
We have had, let's see, 29 families that we've assisted so far this year. And I'm sure I don't know if Christina's already mentioned this, but a lot of the families that we work with, we don't just assist them once
Mhm.
and that's the end of it. So a lot of these 29 families we've worked with multiple times already throughout this year. So we are up to 21,000, almost 22,000 in grants so far this year. And actually this past week we've had 7 requests that have came in last
Wow.
week. So the Family Assistance Committee has been very busy. And we've been able to help a lot of these families. A lot of the need right now is gas and
Yeah.
travel expenses and groceries for these families. Those are the biggest struggles that we've been seeing recently. That and electricity.
Yeah. Right.
Especially with the heat and everything right now. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now as far as 2026. But to date, We've helped almost 325 families. We're at 323. And we're over $560,000 that we've granted to the families since 2012.
That's awesome.
So,
So Colby, I know I can hear your parenting over there. You got some extras
It's not
chiming in.
Finley.
I was
No.
trying to get myself muted and I
Oh,
couldn't
you're
figure
good.
out how.
it's
Nope, I love
okay.
it.
You're totally fine.
Yeah, whoever that is, they're trying to take my job clearly, and they're probably better at it than I am. Colby, how did you get connected with Baby Jane's Legacy of Hope?
Well, so graciously, they actually reached out to us and
Awesome.
made first contact. And so honestly, we've been just overwhelmed by the number of people who have just rallied around us and supported us and, shared their stories and just, kind of walked through it all with us. And so we really were just so blessed that that connection was made and then they were able to support us and to hear my story and help me and just know that they've walked that and they've walked even harder things that I think just gives them so much compassion and so we've been really really blessed that just Erica and the whole foundation have reached out to us and been in connection.
I love it. I love it. See, everyone, this is why this is a mandatory race. Like you're picking up when I'm laying down now. You can't not support this stuff. Like this is wonderful. Erica, what about the Scanlon story spoke to you, made you reach out, made you say, hey, this is our family. And then Christina, I'm gonna follow that up is with honorary Rexy. I mean, there's one a year. Why how did this come to be that this family was going to be the honorary Rexy this year?
Go ahead, Erica, you start.
So I originally was introduced to Griffin's family through the Henderson family. When Griffin was first diagnosed, or very recent into his diagnosis, Nolan Henderson, who is Grit's dad, reached out to me and asked if we had heard about the Scanlon family. And that's kind of how I got introduced to Griffin's journey. And I've just been following them, their little updates that Colby's been posting. And because they're more of a local family, that's the big thing that drew us to them. And the fact that Griffin is just so stinking cute. And we didn't know, but he loves dinosaurs, so it kind of like
Right.
just perfectly fit. But all of the kids that we work with, it's very hard to choose just one family
For
because every
sure.
single family that we work with is so deserving.
Yeah.
And so it's always a tough job narrowing down who we're gonna go with, and try to help for our honorary Rexy family. That's kind of a tongue twister sometimes.
Oh, that
It
one's hard to
is.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I
So,
think Erica told me that Griffin liked dinosaurs, and I think that was a big thing. That was like, okay, well, that's that. I mean, that's perfect. So, I do want to say that we will do a portion of all proceeds will go directly to Griffin and his family, but that doesn't mean that the rest goes to pay me or anything like that.
Right,
The
right.
rest still goes to Baby J's Legacy of Hope, the foundation. So just want all the listeners to know that every dollar goes back to families that have a kid fighting cancer. So like like we have said, there to me as a runner, there's not a better cause out there. And I know that that's a personal thing. I know that, if you go and do a race if you have somebody fighting breast cancer and you go out and do a race for breast cancer, then obviously
Sure.
that's, your why for that race. I will say that I do also would just want to say that one thing with our race is that you won't forget when you're out there and you're hot and you're on mile 4 of the 10K and you're wondering, why am I out here? You won't be able to forget because we have pictures of kids that we have helped all over the race course.
Yep.
So you won't ever forget why you're out there running. And if these kids can go out and go into hospitals all the time and fight cancer and go in with a smile on their face. And one thing I'll always remember about Jaden, and I think Griffin was probably the same way, it's just like, okay, well, when can I play with my brother Murphy? Or when can I see Finley? I don't care what else you're doing to me right now. I want to play with my brother while you're doing this. And so I think, kids are amazing human beings. And if they can do the awful thing of fighting cancer, then we can go out there and run a few miles for them. So that's my little spiel. Guess we could really go down a spiel, but I don't want to get Kyle too agitated. Erica, is it still 4% of?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
That hasn't budged at all.
every
Yeah.
$100 that goes to just cancer research in general, like 4% goes to childhood cancer, and kids are our future. And very little funding goes to childhood cancer research. So,
And if you are a new listener to the Back of the Pack podcast, a few years back when I first learned of this number, I had an epic collapse on air and was not pleased. I was not happy, which is why they love bringing this up
yes.
and reminding me that I flat lost my stuff. And I heard that only 4% of cancer research money goes to kids fighting cancer. The ridiculousness cannot be overstated, my friends. Oh, I can already start to feel that blood boiling again. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
thought I'd recovered. Nope.
You never recover from that.
No,
So.
no, the ridiculousness of it is just next level. So, Colby, I know that you have parenting duties to do. So if you ever need to jump off, by all means, handle that. But is there anything else you want to tell the people about your family, about your kids, anything, just kind of, make sure to get out and support you? Is there anything you want to share? Because this will live forever. I have no doubt. They will watch this someday when they are grown and be like,
Yes.
hey, look, I was a kid clinging to mom right now when she was doing a podcast.
Right. No, I think we just want to say thank you to everyone that's going to come and run, to everyone who behind the scenes makes this all happen. Truly, I mean, you don't want to be in the Cancer Club, but I feel like joining that club, I have just been blown away by the goodness of people. And so from the bottom of our hearts, we just thank you. And we're just so grateful. So thank you.
And Erica, what else can people do to help out Baby J's Legacy of Hope?
Donate, raise awareness, let people know that, we're out there if, they know anyone that needs, assistance. There's so many other great organizations out there as well. And if there's, for some reason, Baby J's can't help you, I will get you in contact with someone who can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just here to, get the request process started. I'm here to help the families walk through this journey. And if that means, finding other resources for a specific need, I'm more than happy to dig in and see if I can find those resources for them. As an example, I had a family a couple months ago reach out and ask if I knew of anywhere that would help with assistance for egg storage for her daughter.
Oh, wow.
I did not know any off the top of my head, but I went out and did a little bit of research and just scoured the internet
Yeah, right.
and found some resources that she could at least hopefully contact and maybe get some more direction from. So those are the things that I'm more than happy to do. Or just to be a listening ear. I'm always there for that as well. So, So yes, donate to an organization or Baby J's. Obviously, we would love your donation. But just letting families know that they're not alone. We're here to help, you know, with the emotional side as well as the financial side. So
Absolutely. All right, Christina, for the race, is there anything we can do? How you looking on volunteers? Do you need anything donated for the finish line? What do folks need to know about race day coming up on August 15th, Broken Arrow Park? Give us the last minute details here.
We do need more volunteers, especially
Okay.
with the new 10K course. So if you're listening and you're injured and you're a runner, but you're injured and you want to help out, get in touch with Kyle. He can share your information with me.
Yep.
Yes, we do need some volunteers. Rather than that, I mean, you can look up the Facebook group Rexy Run. Should be all that'll be information there. Register at Run, sign up. Rexy Run. Kyle shares the link often, and we appreciate that greatly. I got the honor of meeting Griffin and Colby and Murphy and Finley yesterday, and they were my models for the medal. Shared that on Facebook
I
today.
saw that. I saw that.
Yes, they are just a fantastic family. I mean, I know I only met you for a little bit, Colby, but just such a fantastic family. And I'm so honored to be able to, that Griffin is our honorary Rexy this year. And, I'm excited, and hopefully everybody hope for a nice, cool morning. And I think that's it. Thank you so much, Kyle, for having us. You're always fantastic, and I really appreciate all you've done for the Rexy Run and for Baby J's Legacy of Hope. And
yes.
I just really greatly appreciate it, Kyle. So thank you very much. So.
Absolutely. No better cause to donate to. And then something I know you've done in years previous and you might have forgotten. Any of your sponsors you want to throw out right now? I know there's a sponsor of the kids run and anyone you want to
Yeah.
shout out right now. Pay the bills.
Yes.
Pay the bills.
Yes. Our primary sponsor is the Quilted Runner. Thank you to them. And Ryan Spark Farm Bureau has been they do the sponsor the Dino Dash and have been a sponsor for many years. Kansas Rocks Park is a Jeep park in the Fort Scott area. They have been a sponsor for 11 years and are fantastic. ProPrint in Lawrence is another one that's been a sponsor for all 11 years. Can't do it without them. So those are the big ones that I would want to. So thank you for that. And of course, Kyle and Back of the Pack podcast. So yeah, I think I got it.
Awesome. All right, well, everyone, you go get yourself signed up for Rexy Run, August 15th, Lawrence, Kansas. Easy to do, easy drive down the highway. They are right off the highway. So it's not
Yes.
difficult to get to. People hear, oh, it's Lawrence, it's forever away. No, it's really not. Super easy to get into with the park and the church for the parking and everything. You're quick in and
Yes.
out. There's not tons of traffic. It's easy. It's easy. No excuses. No excuses. You have to be there. Got it? Got it.
And I should say, sorry, Kyle, one more
You're good.
thing. Yes, like Kyle said, with the parking at the churches and at the schools, I know I've said the 10K course runs by the schools this year. You'll still be able to get in and out really easily. So there will be no problem with that. If you have parked in the neighborhood across Louisiana Street, the Indian Hills neighborhood, I will say there's going to be some construction going on starting today till November. So if you have parked over there in the past, I encourage you to go to Broken Arrow and Billy Mills and park up there.
Well, I want to thank our guests. I want to thank Christina, Erica, Colby, everyone for coming on, talking Baby J's Legacy of Hope, talking Rexy Run, and then the child person who is stealing the show right now and is doing this better than I could. I want to thank them as well. So everyone sign up August 15th, Rexy Run. Be there. Oh, look at the cute little kid. Oh, I saw him. It was adorable. All right. This has been another episode of the Back at the Back podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Walker. My pleasure as always. Thank you to all of our guests. Sign up for Rexy Run. We will see you there. Everyone have a safe week of training, and we will see you next week.